Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our RimWorld Warhammer 40k Let's Play. So, in today's episode, I've got a couple things to show you guys. The first of which is going to be the new Tech Priest armor that you're seeing on the ground here. Now, I spawned this in, but I did it in place of another set of armor. We had been visited, well not visited, but we had a couple of merchants fly over, one of which was a textile merchant with a couple of things that we wanted, as well as some clothing. And so I bought some Imperial Guardsmen armor from them, but because I wanted to show this off, I deleted it and spawned this in its place. And we also bought some Hyperweave. Where is it? Yeah, I got a pretty good amount of Hyperweave. I don't remember the exact number. 263, which is all I could afford after selling quite a bit of what was in here, as well as some other things. But we were able to get some Hyperweave, and we needed that for a couple of reasons, but we'll get to that later. So we have this Tech Priest gear here. I've taken this from the Mechanicus mod. Well, it's actually the 40k or the Astra Militarum Factions mod. And what I've done is I've essentially cut it up and turned it into usable armor. And I'm going to do the Skitarii as well, but I haven't gotten there yet. So for now, we're just going to see the Tech Priest stuff. The Tech Priest stuff is in its own... oh no. All my stuff is all mixed up. 7... Oh no. Somehow that jumped out in front. Okay. Well, that works. Anyway. It's in its own research slot. I took out the flak research slot previously because there wasn't anything in it. And what I've done is I've replaced it with this. So all the Mechanicus clothing will be on its own research tab. I don't know how that ended up first, but there it is. So... I wanted to do mending, but okay, we'll do that, and then we'll do mending, I guess. And then we're going to do our turret stuff, because we desperately need those so that we can use that cannon. And following that, I think we're going to finish servo skulls, which we started, but I decided wasn't that important. And then we're going to do Space Marine augments. So that's sort of the plan. Anyways, we're going to wake Lax up and have him model this for us. So I'm going to tell him to force wear that. And then throw on the hood, please. Okay, and then we'll draft him so that he'll face us. And there we go. There's also a copy of the hood without the augmetic eye, because obviously certain characters aren't going to have augmetic eyes, and so if you'd rather have something more representative of what the character's like, there you go. But there's our Tech Priest stuff. And again, I'll do the Skitarii stuff later, but this is what we've got for now. And all the sides work. So front, back, left, right, it's all there. It only supports one body type right now, though, and that's sort of like this default kind of generic male body type. I might make a thin and a fat variant later, but I don't think I'm going to do like male female because it doesn't really make sense for the Adeptus Mechanicus. There are males and females, but they're usually so augmented that it's very difficult to distinguish any sort of gender at that point. So they're kind of evolved beyond that, and so I don't think it's really necessary here. We're just going to have kind of a generic body type, or at least a couple of generic body types. And so Lax will be our first Tech Priest. And I think we're going to end up making Yaris one. We might make Lazarus one, because he is also... Well, I mean, you're not really... I guess construction, art, maybe. That's kind of going to be the new commissar for us. So if they're melee focused, I'm either going to make them a commissar, a Tech Priest, or maybe like a Skitarii Vanguard or something. Sylvia is also a candidate, but more of like a... She might be like a Magus Biologist or whatever. I always have such a hard time pronouncing their like high Gothic names. But anyways, she might be one of those because again, she is melee focused and very good at medicine, and that's about it. Daniel won't be, obviously. He's a Space Marine. And then Ren was going to be... probably another sniper for us, so she'll get some sort of flak armor. But anyways, there we go. There's our first Tech Priest. I'm gonna give him the power axe as well as some Mechanicus weapon to shoot with. I thought we had one. I don't know where it ended up. It's possible we sold it or somebody's still using it, but we had a couple of Mechanicus weapons. One of which, there it is, was the stub carbine. Now, it doesn't really fit even for the Mechanicus to use the radium carbines, because the radium carbines would poison everybody in the base, just because they're constantly spewing out radiation. So, Clinton, why are you exhausted, man? Let's see. Restrict Clinton. Oh, I need to fix this. You are no longer a prisoner, so you're no longer on the prisoner schedule. So there you go. Let's fix yours as well. And Clinton, you're up here. What time is it? He should be asleep. I don't know why he's not. I'm gonna remove this for him for a little while, because clearly, I think he was on a mental break briefly, because I have been playing a little bit, just so I could get more of this done. I've also managed to heal most of the random injuries around. So Bragg, who had some of the most, he's completely good now. Oh, the pirate merchant left. I didn't get anything good out of them. They didn't really have anything. They wanted to buy my prisoners, but I wasn't too keen on that. You didn't have anything. I think everybody's all clear, though. Yeah, I didn't do Remy's left eye yet. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that or not, because I think I picture him having like a very distinctive scar over his eye, and if we removed it, then obviously that would go away. And his sight is still over 100%. It's 114 because of the Bionic eye. So while he doesn't get the full advantage of the Bionic eye, which would be like 120 or something, he's still good enough where this isn't negatively affecting him. It's just slowing down the positive one. Clinton actually needs to get his toe fixed. I've also found that certain things like missing fingers can be completely replaced with the DE Surgeries mod. I think even like missing ribs like this. Let's see. I can administer beer. No, so not missing ribs, but missing fingers can. We had a few people with missing fingers and toes, and those have all been replaced. It does require plasteel, I believe. I was just kind of telling them to do it, so I wasn't paying too close attention. I also noticed, though, that with Ren, her asthma can actually be completely cured. So it just requires 3 medicine for each lung. So she actually doesn't need the synthetic lungs, which is great because I did get Hyperweave to make them. We still don't have access to energized components, though. So it would be a long while before that happens. So I'm just gonna spend the medicine and get her lungs cured, and we can put that Hyperweave towards something else later, because there's obviously things that this can't fix, and that's where I think the Bionics are gonna come in. But if we have the medicine, which we do, we have a lot of it, we may as well just, you know, treat things the easy way. Okay. I might need to darken those up. They look a bit too red to me. I might make the torso a little bit whiter too. I'm not sure. It's hard because I had to cut them out of the existing one, and the existing ones, if you guys have seen the Skitarii, I'm sure, if you've been following this playthrough, but the tech priests are a little bit more rare. I think we've seen them like once. Their body is one texture. It's not like the colonists where, you know, their helmet is one item and then the torso stuff, the clothing, armor, whatever, is another item. They're all one piece, and so in order to make it work for a colonist, I had to basically cut the texture in two and then clean it up so it didn't look like it got cut in two, and kind of go from there. Obviously, the tech priest had like a little face in there, so I had to make that transparent as well. And then I tried to add a little bit of shadow, but the game doesn't really support gradients or partial opacity. So it's either like fully opaque or not opaque at all, like completely translucent. And I wanted to do, oh come on, some sort of like shadow from the hood, and I couldn't really pull that off. You can actually see it a little bit, but I guess it's slightly transparent. But that was actually like a gradient, so it faded in, but the game can't handle that. So it just kind of split the difference all the way across, averaged it. What else? What else? We have this 120mm cannon. My ultimate decision on placement, I think, is going to be somewhere here. That way, as the enemies come up and around, it will be able to fire on them. And as they approach, it'll be able to fire on them. Depending on the range, it may even be able to engage them out here. but I figured that would probably be the best spot. If I put it back here, it's going to really limit things. I've also been told it can't fire over walls, and so if I put it back behind this, it's going to have to like fire in between or hit this and destroy it. So yeah, I think we want to line it up somewhere where that's not an issue, and I think this is a pretty good spot for that. Okay, so is Ren's asthma all treated? One of them is. Wait, Haro, where are you going? Could you do the other one? Sterile tile, operating. Yeah, may as well get it out of the way. I wish they would finish these floors too. I don't know what they're doing right now. We did have some construction happening out here. It looks like it's almost done. So they had to wall all that off, make it double thick. Did these doors get done? That one did. This one hasn't. But it will soon. It just needs the components. And let's see. They're starting to mine this out. Our new little tech priest is. I need to get that adamantium out of there too. And then, oh, that still needs to be walled. Is there anything else? Ah, that too. Yeah. There's a couple areas where the wall is one thick, and I don't like that at all. So these rooms are going to look identical to these. I still haven't decided exactly what's going to go in them. These ones are going to be storage for the things that we use frequently on our trips. Which reminds me, let's check here because I think there might have been something that popped up. I can't remember if it was this playthrough or the other playthrough because I just recorded a bunch of the Star Wars one as well. And I don't remember which one it triggered on. But there's always stuff for us to do on this map, so let's see. We have, oh, the infinite chem reactor, that's right. We do want to grab that. And if we're out there, we may as well deal with some of these. I mean, depending on how badly we get beat up, we could do all of them. But we're looking at orcs, Tau, and then whatever is defending this. Oh, sleeping mechanoids, that's right. I don't know if it's a good idea to take all those on at once. We also have this base right here, and I would not mind destroying it. But they might have, and they've sent blight drones after us before, so there is a chance that they'll have some defending. We know that they'll have Trader Guardsmen there because that's what they are, and the Trader Guardsmen do tend to have pretty decent firepower. So there's a lot to consider on that one. But it needs to go eventually. It's right next to us, and so I think it would definitely be worth kind of securing our area and establishing ourselves some real estate. The pleasure cruiser left. Did I buy anything from them? I don't remember. I think we got some more Glitter World medicine from them. No, we already had it. Oh, we got Paradigm from them. That's right. I bought a bunch more painkillers. So if we need painkillers for anything, if somebody's injured and on the verge of a mental break, we can throw those at them. Alright, so Ren is fully cured of her asthma. It cost us 6 medicine, but I think it was worth it. We do have 2 surrogate lungs now. I'm still going to turn those into synthetic lungs, but we're going to obviously wait until somebody desperately needs them, like if a lung gets destroyed during a battle or something. That's what we'll use those for. What else? I don't know. I think that's pretty much it. Lazarus, or Lazarus, not Lazarus. I was looking at Lazarus, but no, Lax. I need to get you your weapons. So let me cue those for hauling real quick. Here's what I'm gonna do. And I've already forgotten which bench that was on. This one, okay. So that's going to be your sidearm. Actually, no, it should really be your primary. The ranged weapon should always be the primary because they can't use the melee weapon until they're engaged in melee, but you get the idea. So that way he'll be able to shoot, and then as he's running up, he can swap to his other weapon and attack. He's not terrible at shooting, he's just not great at it, and he won't level up in it very quickly. He is pretty good at melee, and he will level up in that pretty quickly, so that's why we're making him melee focused. I checked, and there's no Mechanicus melee weapons, so I can't give him anything distinctly Mechanicus for that, but obviously we do have Mechanicus range weapons, so that's what we'll give him to sort of compromise. And then the power axe isn't the least lore friendly thing we could give him, so there's that at least. Alright. So everybody's all healed, right? Well, I mean, you have food poisoning, but that's not anything to do with what I'm talking about. Let's see. Stone, no, nothing. Did I check and see if your rib was curable? It is not. Okay. That's fine. We'll put like painkiller ribs and stuff in those spots. Do I want to give you... You already got your weapons? Okay. Do I want to give you your arm now? Because the arm is ready. I could just repair it. But I want him to have a bionic arm because I made one for him. It's already ready. And he is Mechanicus, so he should be mostly bionic. So, right arm. Let's see. Where was it? Install bionic arm, right shoulder. Okay. And he's already set for medicine. That's perfect. Now, it might not be the best time to do this because, again, we're still replacing the floors, and that's why I had initially waited, but so far it hasn't been an issue. Let's see. Surgery success chance. It's still 127. It's still above 100. Once all these floors are done, it'll be even higher than that. Daniel, what's your deal, man? Very tired. Let's see. Daniel. Here you go. You can have a couple days off. I mean, not full days off, but if you feel like going and resting, you're welcome to do so. And I need to get him a bionic spine as well. I could repair it, but I think for somebody who's going to be a Space Marine, a bionic spine makes a lot of sense. Hopefully it doesn't conflict with anything else. I don't think it will. But I am a bit concerned just in case it is a problem. I guess Haro's doing this surgery. You know what, man? Can we clean first? Like, clean some sand. And I might have Halleck do it. I know Halleck has failed a surgery before, but he is still by far the best medic. Come on, clean it all. Yeah, I might just wait. I mean, none of that matters. Like, come in here and do this stuff. If it's actually in the room, it will affect it. Oh, Bulk Goods Trader. Bulk Goods Trader. I have a lot more orbital trade beacons around. There's one in here and one in here now, so I can trade a lot of things. Who's going to be the best one for that? Social 14. Is there anybody better than that? I know Murgo's up there as well. We've been using her. 14... No. Varia's only 11. Remy. Why is she wardening one? Oh, because she had a, she had an inspiration, that's why. I'm going to put that back down to 3. Because really she should be building. Building, hauling, and cleaning, apparently. Bragg's at 10. Murgo's at 15. So Murgo is the best. By 1 point. She's back here. You're going to install the bionic arm? I'd rather you didn't. Go up here and call them. And Halleck, you are at medicine 16. Yeah, so you're going to be the best. Why don't you go ahead and operate? Is going to pause any second here for the trade. Wait for it. There it is. Okay. They have some Ibex rams and does. I don't really care about any of that. I don't need any huskies necessarily. This is all mine. They do have meat. They have a lot of meat. They also have components at a decent price. I'll buy those because why not? Don't need any of that. They have medicine, but it's kind of expensive, and I have a lot of medicine. I have 121 medicine. So another 20 isn't really necessary, especially at that price. I don't need steel from them. Could sell them some jade. But do they have anything I really want? Smoke pop belts. Huh. That's tempting, just because it would save me from having to craft them. They also have servo skulls, and that's a chaos void belt, so we can't use it. Let's see. What's the Hospitaller one do? This one is programmed and calibrated with protocols for medical procedures, biometric analysis, and outfitted with basic surgical tools. Okay. It's kind of expensive. But that's something that we could definitely use. We also have a Commissar's cap. I haven't reskinned those yet, so that's something I still need to do. Let's see. If the wearer is hit by a projectile, providing line of sight cover and preventing turrets from locking on, single use. The problem is that they're single use. If they weren't, I'd probably put one on everybody on our away team, especially when they're assaulting bases. But right now, that just doesn't seem that worthwhile. They have a lot of wood. I think I'll buy a bunch of wood. So I have wood and components coming in. What do I want to sell them? I could sell them a bunch of uranium limestone blocks, granite blocks. Let's sell them some limestone. I'll sell them 1,000. Oh, I have to do the negative first, right? It's always such a pain. There we go. I could sell them some granite blocks as well, like 600, and that'll net us a small profit and unload a bunch of stuff that's been cluttering our base. I actually have quite a bit of wood. Maybe that wasn't necessary. Yeah, let's set that to 0. If I have 1,300, I don't think I need more. This is tempting, but it's not even that good. And we are going to be able to craft our own fairly soon. So maybe I'll just take this silver. The components, and that's about it. I guess I could buy meat from them, but I think we're okay. They have neutromine. Oh, man. That'd put me at negative slightly. I don't need that much meat, though. We have all those Tyranids, and technically we can eat the Tyranid flesh. I'm just gonna take the components. That's fine. Okay, so did that make some room? Probably out here, yeah. Because I was gonna say, I didn't build an orbital trade beacon in here. Okay, looks like your arm has been installed. Huh, it's not showing the hand. He should still benefit from it, though. Or did it just remove it? Oh, it did remove it. Okay. Well, I think that's part of EPOE then. Because by default, you can install a hand and then an arm. And so I think the mod removed the ability to do that. So we can't double dip. But now we have a bionic hand in case anybody needs one. We'll just kind of keep that, just in case. Are we butchering? We're not. I wouldn't mind if we did some butchering. Just don't let it spill over. Also, I've started turning hops into chem fuel, or at least I've set up that bill. Oh yeah, so it is getting done. But butchering is on now. I need to make sure that we're butchering gene stealers and the like. Where is it? Interesting. Can we not butcher them? Huh. Are we not going to be able to cut them up? Strange. Well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can, otherwise I don't know what we're going to do there. But I didn't see Gene Stealers or Tyrannocytes. Unless they were under some other description. They're definitely not human. Yeah, that's all that's there. So G, E, F, G, nothing. And oh, Tyranid Gene Stealer. Okay, so it's Tyranid first. Got it. Fair enough. I don't think they're listed like that in other menus, though. And obviously it doesn't say Tyranid Gene Stealer here, so that kind of threw me off. But fine, as long as we know it's in there. I was just worried we weren't going to be able to butcher them and like what we were going to do. We're not cooking orc meat, are we? I guess it doesn't really matter. Technically, we won't take any penalty for eating orc meat, so I'm not that concerned about it. Let's turn that medicine off. And I believe that's basically everybody fully patched up. The only person, again, that has anything is Remy with that eye scar, but we've kind of just decided to ignore that. You have a bad back, so that's not everybody patched up. We don't have a Bionic spine yet, though, but we can get one. Let's turn that off and turn these on. And get rid of this. Nope, don't need that one. Don't need that one, just go right to the spine. So, Bionic spine, what's that going to require? 75 plasteel, 75 steel, 5 components. We can afford that. So, Bionic spine, let's do it. Got plenty of components. How are we on plasteel? Pretty good. And steel, we had like almost 3,000. So that'll get crafted. Hopefully by then these floors will be done, and I'll feel a whole lot better about doing surgery. And I might use some Glitter World medicine just to remove any risk at all. But I think with these floors and the regular medicine and Halleck's skill and these beds, we might be at 100% anyways. I'll have to check the calculation and see, but it's possible that with that combination we're already over 100%. By the way, I've decided to kind of reevaluate how we're going to use these net guns. So my thinking is the people who spend a lot of time with the prisoners are going to be the ones that carry them. So Murgo is going to be the first person that takes this one. Obviously this was Remy's before, but I've found that out in the field it's not very good to use because the APC doesn't really accommodate prisoners very well. So there's no point in taking it with us on away missions, and that's generally what Remy's doing. So we're going to give her the net gun. She spends a lot of time in here, so if there's a prison break, we can kind of handle that in a less than lethal manner. And I'll probably make another one and give it to Jackal. Or who else spends a lot of time in here? I think Azrin does. But she's also crafting a lot, so I think it's fine. And she goes on away missions too. So yeah, I think Jackal and Murgo make the most sense because they're always in here. And that does free up more las guns for the people that need them. The question is who gets them. I think most people that need them have them. Yeah. Well, it does give us extras. I think I'm going to give Ren a Exodus sniper rifle. Or a long las. One of the two. Oh good, you're up and about. Up and about, and he'll be working a lot more efficiently now. 2 arms rather than 1, and one of them being a lot better than what he had before. Let's see, up here, let's continue filling these in. Something like that. That'll give them something to do. Make sure this stuff all gets hauled to wherever it needs to go. And that'll almost be this part of the base done. And we've made pretty good strides mining over here too, so we're almost ready to connect this up. The problem is we did hit some Promethium, and that's going to slow us down. But it happens. Let's continue filling this out. Is that right? That looks right, and then that goes over there. Actually, as soon as... Oh, that door is done. Okay. Well, now that these are double doored, I think we can go ahead and just start doing this now. So that's indoors. You know what? Before anything else, because this is technically indoors and it is connected to the grid. Let's get all of these turned on. And I don't know what they're set to. 21. Let's set them to 20. We'll let this kind of stabilize temperature-wise, and then we'll go ahead and connect it to the rest of the base. Come on, I know you can reach. There we go. Can you do the others, since you're sitting right here? Instead of making somebody else come all the way across the map to do it. Alright. So there we go. We should see the temperature in here starting to drop. And I'm considering adding more as well. Like, for example, I could dig out this block and put a cooler right here and just have this open to the air. And we could do the same at the end of this hallway too. Because these aren't going to be... I actually don't know if I want a wall there or not. But ideally they're not going to be accessible to anything. They're just going to go into these bedrooms. So, that's a thought. We have another pirate merchant. Do I want to deal with them? I guess we'll try it. Murgo, before you go to sleep, can you give them a call? I just want to see if they have anything worthwhile, or if they'll buy anything from us. I don't mind unloading more crap. Okay. They also have Ibex rams. They're willing to buy our animals. Do I want to sell any animals? I don't think so. Nothing there. I feel like this is the same... Hold on. Was that the same group? I clicked on the wrong one, yeah. I thought so. Okay, yeah. So they want to buy our prisoners. I don't want to sell. I've only taken prisoners that I want to keep. I could buy more components. It's a terrible price, but components are components. And we do need them for everything. Ooh, they have some human body parts. Auxiliary AI. On Glitterworlds, education and training are not necessary, not even for complex jobs. AIs installed in the brain permanently communicate with the user and act as a guide. Requires brain surgery research before installing. That's really expensive, but that's really tempting. I don't know if I'd give that to a prisoner or somebody like Lax. Let's see if we can make that work. I'm kind of intrigued now. Will they buy any weapons? I don't want to sell my plasma gun. We just got that. Plasma pistol, sorry. No. I don't want to just pay straight silver, though. I could sell them components. I think they were paying an okay price for beer. If I sold you like 50 beer, what would that get me? Whoops. Not very far. Not very far. I could sell them the paradigm, but I wanted that. I can't sell them people. We'll take a major mood penalty for selling people into slavery. And everybody that I've taken, I either want to recruit or I had intentions for them, you know, being a prisoner. I might not be able to pull this off. I could sell them gold. But we need gold for certain things. Gold is a crafting component. Okay, so hold on. This was getting me... How much is that? Oh, wow. That's like 1600. I can't make this add up to that. Jeez. Oh, man. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. No, Murgo, come back real quick. Call the bulk goods trader. We're gonna unload a bunch of crap on them. Not any animals, though. Let's see. Camel hair. Haven't really been using camel hair, to be honest. We'll sell them 100. Synthread I need. I may or may not need, but Hyperweave I definitely need. Iguana skin. These aren't going to sell for much, so let's not bother. That's not enough to do anything with, so we'll sell that. Smoke leaf joints, no, 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 no. Steel isn't going to get me very far. I'm not using uranium for much. Let's sell them like 250. Negative 250. Okay, that got us where we kind of want to be. And I could sell them more limestone. Could definitely do that. What if I gave you like 700 limestone? That's actually more than you can afford. What about 300? What about 280? Perfect. Okay, so that's all the silver they can give me. And then you come back. That's the wrong people. God damn it. Come on. Alright. So that gives us a little bit more silver to play with now. Not a lot more, but enough more, I think. So for the auxiliary AI, we can pretty much just buy that outright. And I might just do that. That does leave me a little bit low on silver, but I think that's okay. Every time we get raided by anything other than Tyranids, we end up accumulating a lot of stuff to sell. So I'm okay with this, I think. Let's do it. Where did it end up? Right there. Okay. So it's right there. Daniel, you're drinking a beer. Fair enough. I need somebody to haul this. Actually, it doesn't look like it's going to deteriorate. Okay, so what does this do? Mining speed plus 25, smoothing speed plus 15. Is that really it? I feel like that's awfully expensive for something that just speeds people's mining speed up. Who do we want to give that to? I was thinking maybe Lax, because he is definitely a miner. He's also, again, Mechanicus, or Tech Priest now, so he would definitely be the type to have something like that. I don't know if, like, which one of you guys is my main miner? I know that you're usually mining, you're crafting. You're a miner. I mean, I could give it to him, but he's going to level up in mining faster than Lax will. You're going to be a Space Marine. There's no point in doing that. You're going to be a Sister of Battle. Could give it to you as well. But you're already better than Lax is, and you're a fast learner. So you're getting plus 75 on your 100%. So she's going to learn to mine really fast. And that just leaves Inga, who can't mine. So I think it's either Johnny or Lax. I might just give it to Lax. And I think that's going to do it for today, guys. We almost got this floor finished. We got everybody patched up. I mean, a lot of that happened off camera, but we finished it on camera. Everybody is now cured of all of their little minor injuries and scars and whatnot. Daniel is the only one with a existing medical condition at this point. And we're in the process of getting him the bionic spine that will improve him. And then at some point, he's going to become a Space Marine. He may even become like the... I'm not going to say the Chapter Master, because the texture I've made and I'm working on are Blood Ravens. And so unless we decide to rename him like Gabriel Angelos or something, and make this Gabriel Angelos' backstory, which it obviously isn't, I guess we could just say that he's, I don't know, like the... maybe a captain from the Blood Ravens or something. But he is going to be, you know, very heavily augmented as he becomes a Space Marine. So I don't think his old age is going to matter. Hopefully it doesn't. It actually kind of suits a Space Marine better, although technically a Space Marine would have been undergoing this process at like 13, not 63. But he is very, very old, which suits a Space Marine quite well because, you know, they live for centuries. So we're kind of cheating there, but it worked out. We have extra weaponry, and I do like that. Where are we at with our research? Okay, so we're most of the way done with the Mechanicus pattern armor, we'll be able to start making Tech Priest robes for the other people I mentioned. Following that, we're going to knock out Mending, which will allow me to put down a repair bench. That doesn't require any sort of repair kits or anything. And once we've done that, I'm going to establish it in a room somewhere. Maybe this one, probably this one. With some shelves next to it, and we're going to try to keep those shelves stocked with las guns, flak helmets, and flak armor. And maybe carapace as well. That's going to be harder to do, but I'd like to have an extra one of every item that will keep in full repair, and then that way, as people's stuff gets damaged, they can come pick up the fully repaired one, drop off their damaged stuff, that'll get patched up, put back on the shelf, and then someone can come in and grab that one and swap their old stuff out. So we'll keep our stuff in constant repair. But obviously we need to finish that research first. I think food-wise we're doing pretty good. Eventually we may need to add some more hydroponics rooms or maybe greenhouses, just so that we can start producing some of the more commodity-based stuff a little bit more quickly. But that may not immediately be necessary, because a lot of that stuff is happening already. It's just happening outside the base. So there's that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.